Good morning, friends. This is that crazy orchid lady again. Thank you for watching this morning. I wanted to show you this beautiful specimen. I have her mounted. This is a lava burst punani. Um, I have her on a wooden mount, and I wanted to show everyone I have a second orchid that I wanted to have the same success as this one, because this one has been a constant bloomer for me. And I put her on this mount. This mount I got from Roxy at Orchid 365. Beautiful mount, and I wanted to hopefully have the same success as this mount, but it didn't work out. This plant is not having a good day. If you can see, she's very limp, and she's fallen a bunch of times. So what we're going to do is kind of a rescue mission here. I am going to take her off of this mount and find a different place for her. Because I like this mount so much, look how pretty it is. Shout out to Roxy. I'm going to go ahead and put a Vanda. Actually, I'm going to put two vandas in here, or on it. Give me a second and I will clean up this mess, and I will talk to you about these vandas. All right, we're back. So I wanted to talk to you about this vanda. This vanda is an older vanda. She has been with me for about a year, and she just gave me some blooms. It is the same, it's miniature. So if you can see my hand, and the actual plant is about the size of the palm of my hand. And this Vanda is the same one. This is the one that I got in the box from Mother's Day that my sister and nieces and all the kids gave me. So what I want to do is I'm going to combine this one and this one. They're slightly different in color, and that is because this one has been exposed to more light, not necessarily sun, just more light. And that's what happens. It's kind of like a sunscreen for plants, if you would. Um, you can see that this plant right here has gotten uh, less light than this one. This one's been on my north facing mount for about a year. So she's kind of she has gotten a really different color, but she should be this color. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just that she's getting a lot of light. So at any rate, she's already acclimated to that side of the house, and she gave me blooms, so I can't complain. But I like to have this color for some reason. Just it looks a little better for me. So these flowers are almost on their way out. They're still, some are still okay. There's some of the other ones have dropped. At any rate, I want to combine these two on this beautiful mount, and that's what we're doing today. So I have my zip ties, I have my mount, and I'm going to go ahead and start this process. I've wet the roots so I can manipulate them, because otherwise they'll break, and we don't want to harm the plant. So yeah, that's what we're doing here. Ooh, this is a nice root system. Let me just clean that out. Don't like to pull too much. Just want to be as gentle as possible, because these vandas really depend um, on their roots. So that one's kind of stuck. I think I'm just going to leave these on here. I'm just going to leave this on here. As you can see, this mount is perfect for this little vanda. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach this other one to the side. And hopefully at some point they're going to be best friends. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take my zip tie, and I am going to attach the smaller one. I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to set it at the top, because that's really what the plant is going to be like. It's just going to go up. The plant is not going to go sideways. It's not going to grow this way. So I want to make sure that the actual leaves are not disturbed at all. Plus, this is a smaller plant. So why I'm doing it like that. Actually, you could see the plant would be better if she is leaning against the actual, one of the actual little brackets. And we're just going to zip it along here. Make it easy peasy. Easy peasy. She's tight there. She's not going to fall anywhere. And hopefully the roots are going to like it. And they're just going to do their thing. So you can see the difference, how thick these roots are. These roots are very, very plump. These are more dehydrated. It hasn't rained for a little bit, and I haven't really been watering. So plants need water, and vandas love water. They love water and they love fertilizer. So this one has been lacking, but I'm going to fix her. That's what we're here to do. We're going to rescue her today. And then we are going to now do the second part. So this plant is bigger. I'm going to go ahead and leave this. If I wet it and I'm able to take it off, and I will go ahead and do it. Otherwise, I'm just going to leave it. I'm not going to bother the plant for aesthetics. So I'm going to top this one. I'm going to put it on top there. Now I'm going to go through the same little spot because I just feel like it'll be better, prettier. Not so many zip ties showing. There we go. Okay. It's a little difficult to do this, but it'll get done. We've done worse, right? When you're mounting, you have to be very creative. You use, and to be honest, these gloves suck. Anyway, here we go. Well, the gloves don't suck. The fact that I have to put them on is what sucks. All right. So now we're gonna cut. I'm gonna cut it here. I'm gonna cut there. It looks kind of messed up, but I'm gonna go ahead and make it pretty in a minute. So I have enough space over here for a hook. Oops, sorry. I have enough space here for a hook. And eventually it's gonna hang like this. It's gonna go on a tree, and I'm gonna put her in a place where she gets plenty of water. So yeah, all right, so here she is. I put some moss on her. The moss serves a couple of purposes. For one is to keep moisture on the roots, and the other one is to cover up the actual zip ties that I put on there. I don't like them to show. Sometimes they do, but the main purpose really is for the moisture. The other thing is that the birds around my house, they love this moss. And what they do is they take it, they make their nests, and then life goes on. So this is the S hook that I found, and now I'm going to find a nice spot for this beautiful double vanda. All right, so this is where she ended up. This is my pink powder puff tree, and she's going to be getting a lot of filtered light. Okay. In the morning, this area right here gets a lot of filtered light. As you can see, I have a few mounts here. This one is a bag baby, and her roots are really nice. She's been there for, I don't know, maybe a year or so. And then I have this mount. So what I did was I mounted one of my branches that my lawn guy gave me, and I put a bunch of bag babies in there. Then what I did was, once it got big and it needed a lot more support, I zip tied it. I know zip ties are friends. I zip tied it to the actual tree, and I'm hoping that there it gets plenty of filter light, and at some point will start blooming. Same thing for this one. This cookie was from one of the cuttings of a tree, and I just had someone make a cookie for me, and yeah, it's really nicely done. I also have this guy right here again. Leo, can you say hi? Yeah, Leo doesn't care. He's just looking for anyone. Here you go. Say hi, baby. He's looking for anyone to pass by and bark at. So this is another mount that I've done in the past. I had this one in a pot, but once it flowered, I figured it needed a different place. So these are all oranges. These are all orange in color. They're not oranges. So here we go. And the powder puff tree, I wanted to show you, it attracts pollinators, and it's just a beautiful addition. I love these trees. I don't know if I can reach up there, but yeah, I got them when they were so skinny, and they're not skinny anymore, and they actually attract a lot of bees, and they just give beautiful flowers. The bees love it, and all my neighbors love it because they provide all the pollinators that their fruit trees need. So here we go. Again, thank you for watching. I hope this video finds you well, and have an awesome day.